I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. President Biden hosted the first meeting of the Interagency Task Force on Reproductive Healthcare Access on Wednesday. Biden signed a second executive order to protect abortion rights. During the meeting, Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra first commented on the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade, calling the ruling, quote, misguided. Becerra then highlighted what HHS has done since the highest court in the land struck down federal abortion rights.
Mr. President, Madam Vice President, thank you for setting us on a course. Thank you for giving us direction immediately, and thank you for being so prominent and vociferous in explaining how important it is to make sure we are protecting the rights of all Americans, but especially women. I am thrilled to have an opportunity to co-chair, along with my partner, Jen Klein, this task force. Thank you, Jen, for the work that you have done over the years, and certainly now as the co-chair on this task force. To my fellow colleagues on the cabinet and the members of the administration for springing to action so quickly, we say thank you very much. I know we speak for so many people who are waiting for us to do everything we can. Since the Supreme Court's misguided decision put the lives of millions of Americans, our fellow Americans, at risk and stripped away freedom and autonomy, we've all had to take action. And I know that we've all heard from, whether it's patients, doctors, family members, friends, everyone is concerned. At HHS, we heard those voices. We heeded the President's and the Vice President's call for action. Immediately upon the issuance of the Dobbs decision, we launched the reproductiverights.gov website. We were concerned and afraid that something like this might happen, so we put up that website as quickly as we could to make sure that people were not confused, they knew their rights, and we provided as much information and direction as we could immediately for people who were inquiring. We've gone on to protect patient privacy interests and to protect patients and providers from discrimination by issuing guidance. We recently did that by issuing guidance to roughly 60,000 U.S. retail pharmacies. We did it by notifying all health insurance carriers, reminding them of their obligation to respect the civil rights of all Americans and to not discriminate in the dispensation of services and care to all patients. We released our draft rule on non-discrimination in health care last week. And just because your state has decided to restrict your access to health care does not mean your privacy can be tossed to the wind or you can be discriminated against. We have issued guidance on the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act, EMTALA, which I know that the Attorney General will speak more to affirm that that law protects emergency department providers when offering legally mandated life or health-saving abortion services in emergency situations. EMTALA requires that providers exercise their clinical judgment about the right course of treatment to stabilize the patient, including abortion care if that's the treatment that the provider prescribes. And the law requires providers to offer stabilizing treatment to prevent a patient's condition from placing that patient in jeopardy, serious jeopardy, or at risk of serious impairment or dysfunction of bodily functions or any bodily organ. Providers may not delay care until a woman is in a life-threatening condition. We all know that. And we know that delayed care can threaten lives, impair essential bodily functions, and even compromise a woman's ability in the future to carry a healthy pregnancy to term. I want to thank Attorney General Garland for this week taking action to enforce EMTALA in our courts to protect women's access to care by taking on anyone who would try to violate this law. We still have much to do, and we're going to continue forward, including, for example, in making sure medication abortion is available to women throughout this country, and we won't stop. We were given direction early on by the President and the Vice President. We will continue to move forward.